Right.
Oh, we online?
We are online.
G'day, Ben.
G'day, Richard.
Well, welcome to the workshop again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Had
It's
a big
good.
week. So,
Yeah.
what are we doing today?
Well, you're gonna fill us in on the tale that you had because you did some timing work when I was away.
I did.
And it look, it took a bit of fiddling around, didn't it?
It did. It was exciting. Yeah. Yeah. And it only took 3 days to work it out.
That's it. Yeah.
And you want me to regurgitate the story?
Yeah, I think there's a
Okay.
lot of wisdom there that you could share that
Yeah.
that
Like a purge.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so it starts with the unknown component of the KTM because they built the motor with all the bits and pieces and the sensors and everything as per they know.
Yep.
Of course, the unknown for us is where those bits actually physically live within inside the motor.
Yeah.
And everybody who has motor cars, motorbikes, or whatever all knows about timing. Timing's based around top dead center. And for us, that's no different.
Yep.
The only tricky bit for us is, so here's our little model of our motor. Top dead centers when the pistons hit the top. That's when we want the spark to occur. Very, very simple. But that's all around monitoring when top dead center actually occurs.
Yes.
And that's the hard thing because we didn't really know where that was. So
we did some research online and we got some pretty conflicting stories, I think, and some inconclusive information. We didn't really know for sure, did we?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so I had to work it out ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I went a bit old school, went a bit new as well. So the tricky bit was, as I said, is where is this sensor around here so that when the trigger occurs, it's always at the top dead center.
Yep.
And when the KTM, it's got this little arrangement where there's a gear inside there. It's got little square teeth on it. There's actually 32 of those teeth.
36.
36, and two of them are missing.
Yep.
And so the tricky bit is where is that sensor to pick up the gap? Because it pulses on the gap.
Yep.
And we have to have the little window down there. There's a little pointer.
Yep.
And that's the flywheel, which is the top dead center mark, has to occur when the sensor notices a gap.
Yes.
So where is the gap and where is the sensor is the tricky bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so where I all started was, first of all, looking at the top dead center position and opening up the window and see if I could work out approximately where the mark was when it spun past the top dead center to get a bit of an idea of whether they aligned or not. And they did. So that confirmed the alignment was good with top dead center.
Yep.
So the trick then was, okay, how do we find out where the sensor is in relation to that? So I then went and what did I do next? Let me think about that one. We might have to cut that one out of the
that's fine. So you weren't using the timing light yet.
No. The timing light came a little bit later.
Just with fine tuning the timing. Yeah.
So
so first was just.
So what I actually did was I did two things. Yeah. So the first thing I did was I went around and turned the crank around with a permanent marker and made little marks about every 15 or 20 degrees around the crankshaft.
Yeah. Okay.
So that by the time I got back to top dead center, I had routinely checked.
Yep.
Then I got my timing light out and I cranked it over to see what mark I could see.
Yeah.
And that gave me an approximate position. So I had numbers from 1, I think, around to 22, just randomly spaced.
Yep.
And I think I saw something like around about 8 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that gave me an approximate angle.
Yep.
To work with. And so to verify that, I then put the motorbike, I put the gearbox in 6th gear. I took the spark plug out, dropped it down to bottom dead center.
Yep.
checked out the diagnostic screen,
Yep.
cleared that screen, okay?
Yep.
And then I made sure it was in bottom dead center.
How did you do that?
Okay, put a little soft pencil
right,
marker
right.
inside the piston,
Yep.
and I put a little mark on the side of the fuel tank, and I can show you where that is and why that's important in a minute.
Yep.
And so then I got on the back wheel, gave it a good hard tug.
Yep.
With the diagnostics started.
Yep.
And I got all the pulses appeared on the screen.
Yep.
And then suddenly the gap appeared.
Yep.
So that gave me a pulse count to where the pulse was. And it also gave me another pulse and a few more markers.
Yep.
And that's where the motor stopped. So I checked where I was in the cycle, and I was about halfway back up towards top dead center.
Yeah, okay.
So then I was able to count back how many degrees it's, because every marker is 10 degrees.
Yep.
10, 20, 34, and so forth, all the way back, and coincided with where the piston was in the cylinder.
Yep.
And that gave me an angle.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit tricky.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
But,
that's awesome.
So then the thing is to go into the MaxxECU, put that angle in, and then store it in there, get the timing light out, and then crank the motor over to see where the top dead center actually appears in the little viewing window.
Yeah.
And if it's not, one of my other marks will show up, and it will then be able to refine that a little bit of an angle. And I've got to add some numbers or reduce some numbers in the MTune software to bring that mark either forward or bring it backwards.
Yeah, and that aligns your spark with top dead center.
With top dead center with the mark.
As per, cool. Okay, so it's a little bit of toing and froing to get to just narrow it in.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the timing light got you spot on.
Exactly right. So in the timing light, between the corner of the viewing window to where the center is about 10 degrees of crank angle.
Okay.
So that helped.
Yeah.
So what I actually found out was that where the position of the sensor was with respect to the marks was around about 132 degrees when I actually did the calculation.
Yeah, okay,
If I put in 132 degrees, I noticed that the mark was just off.
Yeah, okay.
So when I actually brought it forward and adjusted it, it was 143 degrees and they all lined up.
Yeah, right. So, it'd be nice if they just engraved that right there next to the T. T for top dead center. 143 would be great.
Yeah, that's bloody perfect, eh? That would have saved all my 3 days.
Just for those 2 guys in Australia who might need it.
Yeah, who might need it, who's doing this particular job.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, so that sounded all like a little bit messed up and all the rest of it. There was a bit of means to the madness, and it all sort of worked out in the end.
Yeah, nice.
So there, for anybody who's doing this same sort of thing with a KTM, 138 is the magic number to put into your MTune if you happen to be using a MaxxECU, which you're probably not.
Yeah.
And it's always tune it forward. Is 143 degrees is the actual max.
143 still. So, well, actually, MTunes isn't 143, is it? It's 143 plus 360 degrees.
Well, this is where it all started, So that gave me an angle where we could actually try and start the motor.
Yeah.
Because this whole journey is trying to get the motor started.
Yeah.
So I gave it a shot, didn't start. Very disappointing after 3 days.
Yeah.
And so I had a bit of a think about it, and I thought, well, the only other thing that it can be is if it's on a non-firing stroke.
Yep.
So you got to add 360 degrees.
Yep.
You add that to it, comes to 503 degrees, and put it in, and lo and behold, I got a fire.
Beautiful.
So there it is. It's 503 degrees. Yeah. Which is a real weird concept when you think that, there's only 360 degrees in the rotation of a motor. You'd think they would get it right to start with, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Mind you, though, we're not using wasted spark ignition either, are we? So we're using...
MaxxECU doesn't support wasted spark for a single cylinder.
Yeah. So normally you'd be firing every stroke, anyway.
And it would have run.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know any better.
Wouldn't have known any better, no. But because MaxxECU doesn't support that for a single cylinder application, I had to, round it up, around 60, and so that's where we ended up.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
That's cool. Well, great work.
No worries, mate.
Oh, cool. Is there anything we need to show?
Not really. I mean, we got little snapshots of the pulses. If that's something of interest to people who might want to be doing that. But every bike's going to have its own diagnostic window.
Yep.
But the principles are the same. If there's a diagnostic window that actually counts the pulses, which most aftermarket ECUs will do that because it helps them with setting up the timing.
Yeah.
But the process is the same. You know, you put it down to bottom dead center because at top dead center you might be right on the firing straight. You take it back down. Half a turn later, you're going to get a pulse. If not, you'll get it on the next cycle around.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll see on your screen, 36 little markers, and you'll see a spike.
Yeah.
And in my case, I started with bottom dead center. As soon as I spun the wheel around, because I got 1.5 full turns of the motor, I saw a little spike early in the trace, and then 36 counts later. There was another spike, and then there was a little bit later, which is where the motor stopped when I stopped spinning the wheel, and I was able to count back. Gave me an approximate starting point to look for the marker.
Yeah, very good.
So hope that made some sort of sense.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's great. Awesome.
Well done. Okay, mate. Well, that should get us to the point where we could start the motor, I suppose.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We're very close.
Yep.